Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Degenerates plus two, you count them, Degenerates plus three, in association with the Next Gen Degens Sports Network. This is a show made by Degenerates for, you guessed it, for Degenerates. I'm your host, as always, Antony Paisan. With me, I got Mitchy Steez, and as always, we're stuck with our boy, Lenny. How are you boys doing this fine Wednesday night?
We're doing great, Ant. I tell you what, Cincinnati Bearcats basketball had their first action tonight. Got a dub over Lipscomb, so kind of a warm-up game, but we were down like 9 late in the game. Nice run, won by 12. 1-0, feeling good.
Awesome. I like it. And actually, I don't really care how Lenny's doing now that I think about it. Let's just jump right into the introduction, boys. By the way, what are you boys drinking tonight? I'm drinking the second highest quality, by the way. I'm a mango White Claw kind of guy. Loyal to the brand. They're a friend of the show. Big time sponsors. Truly can suck my ass. Say it with me, boys. Suck my ass. Ass. You got it. Mitchy, what do you got in your Moorhead State Cup?
Oh, yeah. Moorhead State Cup. Proud sponsor of the business. And I got a little lime Rita.
I like it. Lenny, what are you drinking over there, buddy?
I got a little blue light.
Blue light. I like it. So some of us, never mind. By the way, kick things off. I just want to apologize last week on neglecting Francesca. We're going to call her Cheska for short. She had some phenomenal commentary. It was the first show. It was the pilot episode. I'm sure you boys can forgive me. Hopefully. I was focused on good commentary, fire picks. Looking back, she was great. I didn't even introduce her. I wanted to apologize for Francesca. And she may have a more significant role in our nationally syndicated show moving forward. And Mitchy, you and Jessica, you guys were in the same room, look like. Are you guys like a whole brother-sister kind of thing? Or is it like one of those step-brother, step-sister kind of things? And don't lie.
Nope, neither of those are true, Ant. I'm going to exercise my right to move us ahead into the next pick. But no,
I love it. That's a great
related,
pick.
Not step-siblings. I will say on the loyal to the brand thought with Claw, it's literally Liberty Mutual, White Claw right below there. They're right in the contention. If they can start, I don't know, throwing a few
about Manscaped, friends of the show.
Extra bucks our way. Okay, Manscaped's up there too. But anyway, I say we get into the picks. No more.
I say we get into some picks. Let's review last week's picks first, boys and gents. I'm not sure if my eyes are deceiving me. Let me look a little bit closer. Oh, yep, it's bullshit. Lenny beat all of us last week.
Yeah,
final score.
Good picks.
I promise you, everyone.
I got good picks.
Yeah, well, you flip a coin enough times, it just goes eventually. But Lenny, official picks last week, 4-2. Anthony, unfortunately, 2-4. Rough. Mitchy, 2-3. And all the celebrity shots, 0-2 from Francesca's side last week. I'm hot, by the way, boys. Just so you know, I took the Ravens, and you guessed it, I took the under. Trace McSorley, greatest quarterback all time. By the way, I was reviewing some of the picks last week, Mitchy. I was wondering, do you have a basic comprehension of arithmetic? I was curious. I wanted to ask.
I'd like to deflect first and say for Lenny, doing a great job. There's actually, I think, a financial book out there where a group of monkeys just threw stuff at a wall of like a bunch of stocks, and they outperformed professional financial advisors on Wall Street. So every now and then it's going to happen. I wouldn't necessarily say I have like an unbelievable knowledge of arithmetic. I didn't go very far in math. I was an education major, so I didn't have to do that. But I have a pretty good understanding of the National Football League.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Good question.
I
think if I do recall, I'm pretty sure the hot weather in Tampa Bay did affect Tom Brady a little bit, just a tiny bit.
And did you just notice that you posed a question to me? I answered. You were about to reply, and then Lenny popped in and said, "Good question," and started to answer for himself. You didn't even answer the question that you asked.
Well, here's where I was going with that before we were rudely interrupted by the dumb, stupid monkey who throws bananas. I was wondering, Mitchy, do you know which number is bigger? Let me ask you this. Here's the number. 45 is the number. Is the number 66 higher or lower than 45? I'm just curious if you know the answer to that question.
It depends on if you divide it in half.
And Mitchy, the answer is
I'm a big first or second half over-under guy. That's usually what I go with.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, Mitchy. The number 66 is higher than number 45. Last week, I remember you said if the Bears-Packers game goes over 45 points, I will, quote unquote, shave this half of my head, and then this half of the head, I'll go purple. And I suggested chartreuse, little chartreuse color. I want to see how you weasel yourself out of this as a true degenerate, but the fans demand questions. What's your answer? Are you actually going to follow through with it?
I tell you what, it's a great question. Weasel my way out of it, certainly wouldn't say that. See, I was talking to Cheska after the show, and here's the problem. I'm an old-fashioned guy. And, there's certain things that really matter to me that are just, staples, principles, if you will. The right to free speech. I mean, can say whatever. I might disagree, but you can say whatever you want to say. Another thing along those lines is I am a big, firm handshake on a bet kind of guy. Yeah. And as soon as we got off that call, I looked at Cheska and I said, oh no, that bet that I put everything on, first of all, one of my principles that you guys didn't have to do anything if I won, right? I'm the only one that could lose. That's the first thing. I was like, man, that's a bad bet.
This is bullshit.
I know. I thought my mistake, I painted myself into a corner. Yeah. But the second thing I said was, with everything going on, unfortunately, with COVID-19,
can't shake hands. Can't shake hands.
We can't be in person. We can't shake hands. And I told Jessica, I said, these guys aren't going to honor this bet.
Yeah.
And I completely blocked it out of my mind. And I got home right around kickoff time on the night of the game. And Davante Adams was already in the end zone before I could get the game up on Hulu. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, this is going the wrong way. Thank goodness, actually, in retrospect, I didn't shake. I didn't.
Mitchy Steez, Davante Adams actually brings up a point to me.
We're just going to skip back whatever he's saying right now.
Hey, look, you know what? Let's let Lenny finish.
Now you want Lenny.
Did you ever hear back from DraftKings at all?
Oh, yeah, DraftKings, by the way. Fun fact. Friend of the show. Mitchy, sack of shit, but we love you. It's okay. That brings up a fair point.
Why don't you tell him what happened?
Fair point. Fun fact, I put $10 on Davante Adams to get the first touchdown in that game. And wouldn't you know it, the bet didn't process. I sent a nice little email to DraftKings just saying, hey, I'm a degenerate. I know you know I'm a degenerate. And they actually gave me a $10 free bet, which I bet on Alabama money line the next day and lost immediately. So, yeah. Anyways, boys, we got to jump into these fire picks. These are some spicy, caliente, fuego, fire picks. Before we do that, though, we have to get it out of the way. We've got some very unsettling news that I wanted to bring to your attention. Mitchy, I believe you actually brought it to my attention that we didn't want to bring to people's attention.
Hey,
Lenny, again.
Before you read this tweet, I just want to say props to DraftKings. Thank goodness for them. Seriously, they're not a small time operation. For them to email you back, this is I'm out of Mitchy. I'm out of Mitchy concise mode. That's impressive. I'm surprised they got back to you. Go ahead.
Friends of the show. And Lenny was telling me, don't send the email. They're not going to respond to the email. I was like, hey, what's it going to take me 2 minutes to write this little note up? Friends of the show. But in relation to Lenny.
On that note, actually, to be honest, I'm pretty sure half of that
is
my
bucks. Of professionalism.
And then I don't think I got my money back from.
Do you have an ounce of professionalism? We're in the middle of the show.
I'm just saying, it's kind of like part of the interruption,
Yeah, except don't. He's trying to deflect from the obvious here.
No,
at Lenny BBF on Twitter. Mitchy, you brought this to my attention from Lenny. Anybody else notice that there was a massive spike in COVID cases that coincided with Yom Kippur? Hashtag I don't know. Hashtag just saying. And then he did one of those emojis where he's like shruggy emojis. Lenny, what do you have to say here? I mean, that sounds incredibly anti-Semitic. Jews, friends of the show. So kind of, what do you have to say?
Regarding that, COVID is still pretty deadly, I guess a virus you call it, and people just got to stay safe. It's easily transferable.
Why would you say what does Yom Kippur have to do with COVID?
I just like it.
You like it. Now, Lenny, do you know that the way Jewish people, their holidays for the most part, they're not these big celebrations, okay? They're honoring something in most cases that happened that was really bad for their people, and they all get together and they reflect on it. I
You know,
like
it's
it.
it's
Well,
kind
can
of
we
similar.
backtrack to where you said COVID-19, a virus, let's call it?
Yes, it is also similar to how Thanksgiving was limited. We wanted smaller numbers and all that. A lot of people did not listen; they just want to be with their families. Not saying those two are similar by any means, but
Sounds like you are.
I'm just saying different example, different instance. And no matter if you're at Thanksgiving or at a football game or just going to church or whatever you're doing, COVID is is a risk. So you got to be careful. And I'm just saying that I see one instance there's cases spike. I see
Also,
another.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Mitchy. I think you have a calendar, Yom Kippur. That's in. We don't need to. We're gonna move past it. But anyways, just
I
discussing.
think it's May or June. So timing.
I'm just saying. I guess you're pulling stuff back from like the summer, right? I mean,
that's what you did with that tweet.
Yeah,
I'm saying different event, different. COVID is different time.
Yeah,
period.
let's just move on. Let's just
try not to have this. Let's try to not have this be a segment next. Why do we have to have a segment for everything you say, Lenny?
Maybe next time you don't drink and take your Ambien when you tweet next time. Okay, let's just not combine those two.
I think that's
fun though, folks. We got the fire picks. We got the picks of the week. I'm the worst gambler of all time. Let's jump into our first play here, boys. Rams and Cards. All right. By the way, Rams, as when I wrote this up, -2, total 49. Boys, here's what this game is. I'm going to give Lenny the first play on this game right here. Rams and Cards.
First play again, huh?
What do you like here?
Now, my head is telling me Cardinals. Cardinals a good team, but I'm feeling the Rams also did just lose to the 49ers. So I'm trying to pull up the weather report. I'm not really getting it, but off my pure instincts, I'm going Rams -3.
Rams -3. I like it. It's a solid pick right there. Great analysis. Mitchy Steez, what do you have to say about this game?
I like the Cardinals. I like the Cardinals to win outright, actually. I do think that they're a fringe team, but I think they're a good team. I don't think we've seen their best showing. Certainly not last week. Offense really struggled against New England. They struggled against Seattle too, but we're seeing that defense for Seattle is starting to pick it up a little bit. And it's always a tough game divisionally. I like Kyler Murray to get loose a little bit against the Rams, we'll say. I think it'll be a close game for sure. I think a 27-24, something like that. But yeah, I think with both these teams, it's kind of a toss-up. I was debating making it the mortal lock with the Cardinals, but I don't feel confident enough. I decided, but I like Kyler to pull this one out.
Mitchy likes Kyler to loosen up. Here's what I'm gonna say, boys. This game can, say it with me, suck my ass. This is the official what the fuck is this shit game of the week. Sponsored by you know who, Liberty Mutual Insurance. Liberty, 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 liberty. Friends of the show. I need gambling insurance, by the way, because I can't nail a fucking pick for my life. I'm the worst gambler of all time. How can I host a show whose main content that it revolves around I'm so wildly incompetent in? I tell you how, it's good looks and I'm willing to sleep at the top. All right. Who has these teams? Who are these teams? All right. These teams are different every single week. This game's got the possibility for fun if they execute. Let me give you boys some numbers though. 34-37, 34-31, 32-30, 28-21, 20-17, 27-24, 23-20. Those are like the last 5 games of the Cards, last 2 games of the Rams. This game's coming down to a field goal. Mitchy, you called it. Field goal game. I don't see either team running away with this game. You're picking the money line, essentially. Forget the points. Here's what I'm going to say about the Cards. They're figured out. They're tired, but they can flash. They're like the Ravens. The Rams, I hate the Rams. They screwed up a parlay for me last week because the 49ers beat them, but they can flash. The scales are pretty close in this game, boys. See these scales? They're doing this. They're pretty even. Guess what? You put Aaron Donald on this side, though. Whomp. I want Rams -2. I want the Rams -2, baby. Who gives a shit about the points when it's going to be a 3-point game? Rams -2. Lock it in. I like those picks. By the way,
I love Lenny and I both took the 3-point spread and used the 2-point spread there.
I wasn't going to say anything there, but
You also like the Rams -3?
Well, when I wrote this up, it was -2. I'm going Rams -2. Hey, I'm gonna buy the point. Rams -2. By the way, if you're watching the show, nationally syndicated talk show, we don't give a shit if you subscribe, but you probably should. So that little bell, ding, 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 turn that on so you get the little notification when that drops. Guess what? Those comments below, this little dance right here, like that, down there in the comments, drop a comment, like this video. You know what you need to do down in the videos, the comments below? You need to personally attack someone for us, not physically. We don't condone violence on this show. But I want you to verbally attack someone down in those comments. I want you to call them a stupid poopy head. I want you to say their mama's so fat. I want you to drop a comment down there because it does some weird frisky stuff to the YouTube algorithm. We want to get this show out to more degenerates like you and me and us. All right. What do you say, folks? Should the folks at home tell the folks at home what they should do? Should they subscribe?
Subscribe, unsubscribe, subscribe, unsubscribe, subscribe. Just rack those numbers up.
Algorithm, baby. Get it going.
Algorithm.
Numbers, baby. All about the numbers.
Here we
just
go.
Keep searching it over and over again.
Yeah.
3 next-gen degens.
Back and forth. Degens Sports Network. All right. Next game, boys. Next game. Here we go. This is a doozy right here for at least 66% of the Degenerates +3 staff. We got the Cincinnati Bungholes going up against, I'm sorry, Mitch, Bengals. Going up against the Miami Dolphins. They're taking Dolphins -11. They're laying 11. Totals 41.5. We gave it to Lenny first last time. Mitchy, what do you like here?
Absolutely nothing. This game stinks out loud. But what I will tell you is, man, I told you, Ant, about the Ravens-Steelers game. The whole Ravens team is sidelined. Steelers are so much better than them. I think they're so much better than them, even full strength. I think they win 9 times out of 10. But 10 points, right, in the NFL is way too much. 11.5 points in the NFL. I give the Bengals a 0.001% chance to win this game. Like, it's just not going to happen. But I got to take my boys. I cannot go against my boys 11.5. It's a disgusting sight out there. But you saw what they did against the Giants. They just are kind of frisky, but they're a bad team. They're gonna keep it. They're gonna cover it. 11.5 going with the Bengals. Brandon Allen.
I love it. Little Findlay, right? Little Findlay.
Yeah, call it 20. Call it 24 to. 24-16.
24-16.
You know, it's funny. I almost set a score that would have had Miami covering. As I went, do you ever do that? As I went through, I was like, give me 24-10. We'll probably lose. Shit, that would cover the spread.
Yeah, you're gonna love.
But I do think we'll cover in some bullshit way. It'll be a weird game.
Let's go, baby. Lenny, Jets. What do you like in this game? Dolphins, Bengals.
Yes. So very similar to Mitchy. Just disgusting game. Do not like it. But what I do like is the over. I'm going to go over 42. Is Tua back yet, or is it Fitzpatrick?
That's a great question. You probably should have looked that up when you did your research on the game.
I probably should have, but I still like the over. Dolphins are on a scoring streak. They're on a hot streak. I think Bengals can put a couple drives together, get a couple points on the board, and we're gonna go with the.
You hear that, Mitchy? By the way, Dolphins on a hot streak. They've won their last game. Hot streak.
I was just gonna say, Dolphins are on a hot streak. They're 1 out of their last 2.
And the Bengals can put together a couple of tries. All right,
and score a couple of points. So I'm taking the over here.
Take the over.
Hey, sneaky, sprinkle like $3 or $4 on Brandon Wilson to run another one back to the house. The guy's amazing, and he's the only chance the Bengals have of scoring. So yeah.
Okay, you're the only person listening to this video that knows who that player is. That's fantastic.
Kickoff returner ran the first one back to the house against the New York Football G-men.
Yes, we all know and love. Friend of the show, by the way.
But the game is in Miami, so it's could be.
What's the weather? What's the weather?
Oh wait, Lenny, how do you bring that up? I think Brandon Allen is from somewhere cold originally, and kind of like how Tom Brady really struggled.
Too much sun. There's too much sun in this game. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I think Brandon Allen is going to get too comfy. He's going to get too comfy.
What do you think about that, Lenny? What's the weather like? You didn't give us the weather.
I don't know. We're not on the weather pick yet.
Okay, so it was your.
I'm gonna say the game's in Miami. That's all I'll say again.
We're gonna move past it. Here's the thing, boys. I don't need a long write-up on this. Dolphins cover. I've got -11. Final score is going to be 27-9 or 27-13. Put it in the books. Write it up. Take the Dolphins -11. I'm probably going to do an 8-point teaser with this one. On this one with the Raiders. Give me an 8-point teaser with this and the Raiders. I might sprinkle a little cash on the Chiefs money line or an alternate score there because I hate myself and it'll definitely lose. Rams killed my parlay last week. I'm the worst parlay gambler of all time. I'm not sure if I can love again, but this is me trying. Dolphins -11. Put it in the books. Game over. That's your pick of the week right there, boys.
You said sprinkle Chiefs money line?
I might sprinkle the Chiefs money line. Get a nice little -900 odds. I think that seems like a.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I feel like sprinkle the money lines for like an underdog.
Yeah, maybe I'll probably put like $10 on that. Get what is that? About 10 cents back? No, 8 cents. Or 12. It's 8 or 2. It might be 12 cents. Either way, I hate myself. I hate myself. I hate myself. Here's what's gonna make you happy, other boys. Nicky Ravioli makes another appearance with his hot, spicy fuego.
Let's go,
Numbers
Nicky.
of the week, baby. We got some spicy numbers. By the way, last video, if you're watching this, go back a week. If you look in the comments section, there's a young man. It's a story of grit, overcoming adversity, and just tenacity, really. A young man in the comments last week mentioned that he was a homeless, drug addict, bum, living on the streets. We love the bums, of course, but he was homeless. And he had no direction in life. And then he took Nicky's hot numbers last week. Just bought a house in Malibu this week. They're hot, they're spicy, they're fuego. You better bet them. Boys, get your pens out because I'm about to give you wonderful numbers. Lucky number 7. By the way, Nicky's a craps player. He hates the number 7, but he said lucky number 7, especially on red, is going to be hot this week. And other than that number, boys, all black. All black, all black. He wants you to take 4 black. He wants you to take 10 black. He wants you to take 24 and get, you guessed it, black and 26 black. Go back, replay that, write those down. You guys have any commentary on those picks?
Negative. I like them.
I love it. There's nothing to say. Lenny has nothing to say.
I didn't know if I was going to go or if Lenny was going to go on that one.
I threw it up and I regret. I shouldn't have thrown it out.
Behind the scenes for our fans, Lenny goes, I
Yeah.
have nothing on that. Anyway, I love that he said 7. How does this guy know? Trace motherfucking McSorley.
Trace McSorley. I'm
Number
hot.
7, Trace McSorley. So
Ooh.
great pick. Nicky, thank you.
I love Trace McSorley, Marquise Brown, the Ravens cover. I've made a lot of money today. Here's the game. Next game, boys. Third of the rotation. If you've taken our previous picks, you're already up about 7,000 units. Browns versus the Tits. Browns versus the Tits. Line is -5.5 on the Tits. Tits -5.5. Total is 54. 54. Lenny, I'm throwing it to you. Who do you like in this game?
Dude, I've gone first every single time, man. I don't know what it is.
Mitchy went first last time. I've gone.
All right,
Lenny,
sorry.
Mitchie, Lenny.
Why don't you go first on this one? You're a Tits fan.
I'm the host,
You-
and what I say goes. So, Lenny, you're going to give us your
Here
pick.
you go. This game was the weather report game. So we got some good news for the Tits fans. It looks like there is a 0% chance of precipitation on Sunday in Tennessee. So that means, I know Cleveland Browns, they are used to playing in the cold.
Can you say that for the people again? Cold weather? Can you say that again?
They are used to playing in the cold, rainy. Fuck, that's
Wayne?
They're used to playing
Cold,
in
windy,
the cold and the rain, and just Cleveland Browns. Cleveland weather is terrible. So it looks like the 0% chance rain is not going to be in favor of the Browns this week, and we're going to go Tits just straight up. I'm not a huge fan of -6, but they did.
Well, you can't take the money line unless it's.
I like the
than
-6. They did dominate the Colts last week, just as I predicted. So I'm feeling good about the Tits. We're gonna go -6, and we are gonna go with Titans -6 because of no rain in Tennessee this week.
The entire game revolves around rain. Mitchy.
Yep. And by the way, Derrick Henry, he's a train. I don't think the Cleveland Browns.
You're gonna keep going with the pick. Pick's not over yet.
The train is gonna keep on going, and Derrick Henry train all the way, baby, all the way.
Lenny, can you do us and the fans at home a big favor? Can you say these 3 words in rapid succession? I want you to say cold shoulder boulder. in rapid succession. Cold shoulder boulder. Actually, before you do that, Mitchy, can you do it so we know what it sounds like? Cold shoulder boulder.
Cold shoulder boulder.
Okay, now Lenny, can you say cold shoulder boulder?
Cold shoulder boulder.
Say it 3 more times that fast.
Cold shoulder boulder. Cold shoulder boulder. Cold shoulder boulder.
Sounds like he's saying code shoulder boulder, but that's just me. Code shoulder boulder.
Cold shoulder boulder, dude. I don't know what you're trying to prove here. Just like Walter Williams, man.
He can Walter Way Williams. Walter Way Williams.
Walter Way Williams.
Lenny Jets. Mitchy Steez, this show is going off the rails. Give us your pick though on this one. Who do you like?
Hey, I'll give Rennie some credit there.
Rennie?
Precipitation, we struggled a little bit. I would think precipitation would make it better, more running, but not really, because like the same logic we used last week with Derrick Henry pounding the ball. The Browns are that type of team. The colder it gets, nobody wants to tackle Derrick Henry, of course. This is going to be a great game, but I have one thing to show you guys and the fans at home.
What's this?
This man is not in the category.
Okay.
He is not in the category of I don't want to tackle Derrick Henry. He's I want to eat that man alive.
Okay.
He is the defensive version of Derrick Henry. He is back. Myles Garrett is a monster. Give me Browns +6.
That's a good pick. I did notice one thing in your background though, Mitchy. You're using a certain sports book that doesn't sponsor the show. My bookie, bunch of scumbags. Don't bet with them. DraftKings only.
I use them primarily just to check out the lines. I don't actually use their services. Never given them a cent.
Never given them a cent. I love it.
Lenny, on the other hand, has a lot of money tied up with them. I can't get that.
Yeah, no one cares about that though. But anyways, boys, I fucking hate this game. I hate this game so much. This is the worst game on the slate. Everybody in Nashville calls the Titans the tits. Here's what I'm going to say about that. I thought the Titans were frauds for a couple weeks. I thought they were fake. Some may call them fake tits. That's an underrated joke. Here's what I'm going to say. They looked damn good last week against the Colts. Made my Sunday very, very profitable. Thank you, Preppy. Preppy_bets. Gave me some fire picks on that game. Also made some Lenny some big money.
Yeah,
Preppy_bets. Here's what I'm going to say, boys. Derrick Henry is a man on a mission. Derrick Henry's my favorite running back in this league. And here's what I'm going to say. The other side doesn't have a bad running back either. Guess what, Mitchy? I've got a chub just thinking about this game. It's going to be a lot of running. I take it all back. I fucking love this game. This is the best game on the slate, boys. The Browns cost me money last week. I will never bet on the Browns again. They can't cover. They're a bunch of bums. Give me the tits. Give me the under. Give me the tits. Give me the under. Run. Under 54. Tits -5.5. Lock it in. That's a great pick. We got a little Lenny trivia for you boys. Little break in the action. Little test. We're going to test Lenny's mental fortitude here. Lenny, what's the capital of North Dakota?
Okasa.
Okasa?
Wait, hold on.
See your fingers typing.
The capital of North Dakota is what's that one?
Yep. You just looked at it. You just Googled it.
No, I'm pretty good with geography actually.
Okasa?
No, it's something. Is that where from Carson Wentz is from, right?
I think you're trying to.
I think he's right. We'll give him that. Hey,
is that not where Carson Wentz from? North Dakota or South Dakota?
North, I believe.
It's from North Dakota. So Okasa, that's your answer. You think the capital?
He's a bad player, by the way. He's a bad.
I don't know if Okasa exists.
I just want to point out, Mitchy, that I think that's incredibly unpatriotic. I think Lenny hates our country, our wonderful, incredible country that is, I mean, my goodness, what can I say about our country? The fact that he doesn't know Bismarck is the capital of Dakota.
There we go. He went to North Dakota State University.
Cool. That's so awesome.
Bismarck.
You were right, Lenny. It's sad. I put the answer in the chat. I gave it like 30 seconds. I thought you'd think about it and make a guess. And then I put the answer in the chat, and it was in there for a good minute and a half after that.
Yeah, this segment's gone on too long. Let's move on.
We got another trivia one?
I'm sorry, what was that word?
Do we have another trivia one?
Trivia? Do you
say, do we add trivia?
We have another trivia question.
How about this? I got a trivia question for you. Put your hands up in the air so we can't see. So put your hands in the air. We can't see. Okay. What's 5 cubed? What's 5 cubed?
That's impossible.
No. What is 5 cubed? It's a very possible. You 25. Just take 5. What?
25.
Oh, that would be
5 squared.
That'd be 5 squared.
5 cubed, 5 times is 125 then.
Okay, so I like the part where you got it wrong, and then we told you that we're gonna move on.
Nope. I do have a joke. This is called Lenny's jokes for kids.
Lenny's jokes for kids. Okay.
Okay, the opposite of his Twitter.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope
Twitter's full of hate and hatred and disgusting speech.
The Twitter jokes are for nobody, really.
Yeah, no one follows him. He follows a lot of Democrats, though, which is so weird because the Democratic Party is obviously known for their unity, their tolerance, and you'd think a guy with so much hate in his heart wouldn't follow the likes of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Bernie Sanders. But I think it says a lot about the Democratic Party.
No.
Lenny, what's
anyway,
back
to my joke.
Yeah.
What do you call a blind German?
Oh my God, he told me this last week. It's a disgusting joke. It's not funny. It's full of hate. Lenny, what do you call a blind German? It's not even that, Mitchy. I just want you to prepare yourself. He's going to generalize an entire group of people with this joke. But Lenny, what's a blind German called?
A Nazi.
We're going to move on to this.
Come on.
And also, I'm going to consider, Mitchy, with your leadership, maybe consider having a Francesco or a Nicky Ravioli take over as 1/3 of our staff. But
Yeah, because this thing is getting off the rails. The fact that we took a full 90 seconds for Lenny to deliver that, and then that's your joke for kids. Let's get on to the next game.
Here's another one. Here's another one.
No,
This is much more deep. This is much more deep.
Broncos.
What do you call taking a selfie on Christmas?
We're gonna go Broncos Chiefs. We're gonna go Broncos
Selfie
Chiefs.
on Christmas. Selfie on Christmas. What do you call it?
We're gonna call. It's called an Elfie. It's called an
There you
Elfie.
go. There you go. You got it. An Elfie.
Last jokes.
Pretty funny.
Better. If you're the co-host, please consider Broncos Chiefs.
Broncos Chiefs. Love it.
Broncos Chiefs. Lenny, I'm just gonna have you go first. Give us a quick pick here. Broncos Chiefs. What do you
Broncos
like?
Chiefs. So, Broncos Chiefs. I actually like this game a lot. Actually, I don't like this game because I was not informed that we were doing this game. So I
told you 4 times. We told you 4
I
times.
did the write up on the Patriots and Chargers game.
We never once mentioned we were doing that game.
That's tough. Well, my pick for the Patriots Chargers game was the Pats, but I guess we'll go with Broncos Chiefs. I do like. This is gonna be my mortal lock for the week. Chiefs -14.
We're not to that part of the show yet. What was your pick? It's just me or
yeah,
Chiefs.
do like Chiefs -14. I like that. I know Mitchy Steez that he did not like a double digit.
Lenny's the biggest sack of shit that's
ever. We'll disregard that mortal lock. I would have another one. Don't worry.
Someone's calling your house number. That's
I wonder who it is.
It's not me. My hands are right.
Can you Lenny, can you at least be respectful of the fans and mute yourself?
Maybe fucking mute yourself. I don't know.
Recorded phone is ringing.
Holy Christmas, Mitchy! I know you're about to...
dude. Syracuse University is calling to ask for donations right now. Those are the only people that call home phone numbers. It's colleges asking for money. Literally, when my parents' home phone rings, my mom always says, "Oh, we don't need to give any more money to UC." Yet they won't get rid of the freaking. It's
a great impression of your mom. I'm sure that's what your mom sounds.
That's how she sounds.
Mitchy, the train is officially off the tracks. Worst show in the history of all gambling, but you can redeem us with this pick.
Yeah, I'm going to go, I think, against what Lenny said. He literally started off by, I love this game. Actually, I don't like this game.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was saying, but I think he does love it because he was like possibly a mortal lock. He was all over the place.
To be fair.
I hate this game. The Broncos had absolutely nobody. They weren't even a football team. It was actually really unfair. If we're going to be on the side of all of the people that Lenny follows, like AOC and all those people that are about equality and everything, totally with them. I'm on their side. I am like Mitchy in the middles right now. And I think that NFL did the Broncos wrong. And they shouldn't have had to play that football game. And now one of those 4 quarterbacks is going to be on the field for them. The Chiefs are so much better, but I just hate this game. The Chiefs are going to show up and sleepwalk through this until they have to. They'll probably still cover. I got to go Chiefs -14 because they're so much better, but it's just going to be a disgusting game. This is a night game too, right?
Yeah, it's prime Sunday night. Sunday night.
Good God. I'm Mitchy old man's on that. I'm going to be in bed by halftime. That game's disgusting.
Mitchy, hot take today is what I'll say. Lenny, shut the fuck up. Stop talking when it's holy Christmas. What?
To be fair, Mitchy, we did have a flipperoo with Antonio.
What? A pooperoo?
A pooperoo?
A flipperoo where someone was like, "Hey, I absolutely hate this game." Ted, by the end, he goes, "I love this game."
Yeah, except I
as
get
your fellow co-host,
for
Antony
it. Like you
Paisan.
just like it was part of the bit. Like you're.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, come on, man. I do the same. I wasn't saying I never do that. Now we got we got defensive Lenny out here.
Yeah, he's
I'm just saying. I'm not the only one that does it. I'm the only one that does not do it.
Thanks for clarifying, Lenny. We all really.
Oh my God. And can I pause on that real quick?
No, well, we might as well fucking pause. What do you?
He said, I'm not the only one that does it. What did he say? He just contradicted. He said, I'm not the only one that does it. I'm the only one that never does it. That's what he just
said. Let me give you the fire, boys. Broncos Chief. This guy's drunk as fuck. All right, he's just hammered right now, just slurring his word. Are you on Ambien right now? Tell us the truth.
I'm not.
He's feeling real sleepy. All right, don't get on Twitter tonight. Broncos Chiefs, boys. Here's what I'm going to say about this game. Occasionally, a game stumbles across my desk where I just eyeball it, and even though I'm a dumb, stupid fan who doesn't know how to gamble, I bite immediately. This is one of those games. You lay the 13.5 with the Chiefs. Denver is an enigma. Who knows what's going to be on that field? Who knows? The last 3 to 4 games, the Chiefs have beaten them by double digits consistently. This one gets ugly. Drew Lock is terrible. That offense is a dumpster fire. We might have a third-string running back taking snaps at quarterback again this week. Here's what I'll say about that team, though. Denver's defense flashes. It can cause a little bit of trouble on Patty Cakes Mahomes. He got sacked a few times in that last game. But the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl again this year. I put money on it. It's a lock. Chiefs have unreal coaching. The play calling is insane. When you throw in the talent that team has, this is a no-brainer. We're going to witness murder. This game is over before it started. Chiefs minus 13.5. Mitchie wants him 14. I'm taking 13.5 because that's the spread. Shout out. One of my favorite segments of the week. Shout out. Lenny, who's your shout out for this week?
My shout out is the guy that just made me a lot of money tonight, Stu.
Who's Stu?
Stu.
A little bit of context here, Lenny.
Come on, Stu.
Maybe his last name even.
Nope. Let's just Mitchie Wire. You know what? I'm just gonna stop asking questions.
No, nope. My shout out is Stu. You don't need to know any more information. It's just Stu.
Well, thank you, Stu. Mitchie,
Stu,
string together a couple sentences that are coherent and.
I want to shout out number 15 from the Baltimore football team because he had a really cute catch and run, and he had a little shimmy, shake on Minka Fitzpatrick, and it was beautiful to watch him help Trace overcome all the adversity of coming in off the bench and cover.
Trace McSorley, by the way, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever lace him up. And folks at home, if you're not paying attention, that's a callback from last week when Lenny said, I want to shout out number 14 on the St. Louis basketball team. So that's what we call a callback. Here's what I'm going to say. Shout out to every color commentator ever who has said, come inside during a broadcast. Chris Collinsworth dropped a doozy on the Steelers-Ravens game. Some safety came up. He dropped it so well. Go back and rewatch that game. Actually, don't. It stunk. I made money, though. He said some safety came up on Pittsburgh, and he was like, yeah, look at this safety. Just come inside. And he called it beautifully. It is, and by the way, he called it so beautifully. Shout out to every color commentator who's ever said that. That actually changed my shout out that I originally had for this week and changed it last second, but that's okay because my shout out this week is fucking dead. He can wait another week. We're going to get him on next week. Stay tuned for that. Let's wrap this shit show up, boys. Last game, Monday Night Football, battle of, I don't even know what the total was on this, but the San Francisco 49ers, who ruined my parlay last week. I hate you. They're not friends of the show. versus the Buffalo Bills. Mitchy, let's start with you on this one. Buffalo, San Fran, Bills -3. Total is probably mid-40s. I'm getting 47. I'm calling it 47.
Got to tell you, Ant, didn't think this game was on a normal slate based off the chat. I went mortal lock this route, but we'll switch. We'll go to a different. We'll pivot. Go to a different mortal lock. I like the Bills 100%. They're a much better football team. Last week, what we were saying, what Lenny said that I agreed with is the 49ers are not good. The Rams are going to steamroll them. And then it's like, oh, the 49ers, they're frisky. Kyle Shanahan is a very good coach. Don't get me wrong. But it's just, it's one of those things. They're not that good of a team where people are like, oh, they won a big game. They should play well. No, that game's being played in Arizona. So it's going to be weird because, they can't play out there right now. Buffalo.
4 times, by the way. That's how many Super Bowls they went to in a row and lost all 4 in a row. Lenny, read up.
Yeah. So we got a very similar pick to Mitchy Steez. I was going to bring back going to mention that San Fran is not playing at the home stadium and be on the road. And the last time they played in the Cardinals stadium, they did lose. So I got the Bills going all the way, baby.
Bills -3, great pick. And we got ourselves a little consensus pick here, boys. This is the Vegas is trying to trick me game. Buffalo is going to run away with this game. It really shouldn't be a 3-point game. 49ers flashed last week, so Vegas is trying to be frisky with them. We're saying frisky way too much to show, by the way. Buffalo Bills -3. Here's the question, though. Are we going to get the Buffalo team that travels to Santa Clara and crushes it? Or are we going to get the Titans-Bills kind of Bills where it's ugly? Also, fun fact, boys. Nick Mullins, next time you see Nick Mullins on the sideline, look at his face. He looks like he is always under crippling financial burden. Just next time, look at his face. I'm not even joking. Look at his face. He just looks so distraught. He looks as if like he has at least $106,000 in credit card debt. And he's like, he's got a gambling problem is what it is. Nick Mullins has a gambling problem, and he's going to throw this game away. It's going to look like that because the Bills are going to run away with it. 49ers, or can we even call them frauds? They just stink. They're not good. They're, that stupid puzzle analogy that Lenny tried to hit us with last week about, have you ever put a puzzle together? Missing pieces. The puzzles stink. The 49ers stink. Lenny stinks. It might be a trap game because watch out, Miami, 1 game behind to potentially take over that division. Bills -3. Take it, put it in the bank, invest in it.
Hey, quick note on the Bills game.
Yeah.
Since I've been looking, you were saying -3. As I was looking, it was -2. I refreshed. It's -1.
Bills -1.
The public is going hard toward the Niners. We all like the Bills. Bills. -1. They're going to win that game.
Here's what you got to say. If the public's doing anything, do the opposite. Because the public is, if you just took Lenny and you just turned him into a humongous group of people, that's the kind of person who usually bets that game. Fade Lenny.
I did take the Bills -3.
We don't care. Stop talking. So we're gonna move on. That's the end of the episode, boys.
We got a murder life, dude.
Let's get out of this nightmare that we've created for ourselves. Any other commentary from you boys?
Yeah, mortal locks, dude.
Yeah, mortal locks, dude.
Here we go. Well, apparently everyone's already given away their mortal locks.
Mine's changed. Right? Mine's changed.
Yep. Okay, mortal locks. Yep. All right. Here's the part. If you're a degenerate, you've been waiting for it. I almost just threw it away. Mitchy, what's your mortal lock? Mortal lock of the week.
This is Get Right Mitchy. This is Get Right Vegas. -8. Gonna smack the Jets. They got nothing to play for. They're trying to lose. And guess what? The Raiders are, and this is gonna, a phrase we used. I used a bunch last week. Good, not great, but they can put up some numbers. They can play right with the Chiefs, then get smacked one week. This is a get right game for the Raiders. They're going to demolish the Jets by at least 25.
25 points. Are you going to shave any other of your hair off your body when that inevitably doesn't happen?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I don't want to make a bet like that knowing what I learned last week that I wouldn't actually be able to physically shake them.
That's what it is. It's just that you couldn't physically take. Okay. Mortal lock of the week. Jets -25. That's your mortal lock of the week, he says. Raiders minus.
Jets plus 24.5.
You're gonna do a little,
25 and a half.
what is that, a 16-point teaser or something like that?
I think it would be 24 and a half. Yeah. Raiders in an onslaught.
I love it. Lenny Jets, give us your mortal lock of the week. By the way, last week, all of the degenerates 1-1. So this is going to be the week, because we're not doing 2 mortal locks, 1-1. Someone's going to be crowned king of the queens this week. Lenny Jets, what's your pick?
I love Saints -2.5. I think Falcons just had a good week last week against the Raiders, and I don't think they can replicate what they did last weekend. The Saints still a good football team even without Drew Brees. We got it, Saints -2.5.
Here's what I'm going to say, boys. I want you to get ready for this. Remember last week I serenaded y'all, probably made you feel a little frisky, one might even say. It was beautiful music. I played it beautifully. And I will mention Dolphins -7 was a lock. Lock it. Here's what I'm going to say this week, boys. Here's my little musical instrument of choice. Get ready for this. Lenny stole my pick. He's a piece of shit. I want the Saints -2.5. I had that the entire week. By the way, Lenny screwed up his Mortal Lock Pick show. I guarantee he's been on CBS the entire episode, and he's just like, oh, I like that one because it looks good. Saints are an absolute lock this week. Lock it in. Solid episode, boys. Solid episode. By solid, I mean just awful. Any extra commentary before we wrap this puppy up?
I would just say the fact, Ant, that you had that prepared, that little performance for your mortal lock.
Thank you.
And you almost wrapped it up. You're just so talented. You had already done it. You're like, I already crushed this show. Oh, wait, I had this in my back pocket. That's right, mortal locks. Impressive.
Like I said, the Paisan family is known for mortal locks and serenades. And every week, you're going to get one, if not both of those, every week. Some shameless plugs. Twitchy Mitch, or where can the people hear about you? I know last week you called a couple of really good games. Where can the people hear more about you?
Yep, appreciate that. It's at Play-by-Play Mitch on Twitch. And I'm going to do my first basketball game of the season. My Bearcats are playing the Xavier Musketeers. If you don't know much about college basketball, that is the Bearcats' biggest rival. 2 teams, both usually solid in basketball. In Cincinnati, separated the schools by about 4 miles. We got a 3 p.m. Sunday tip-off. That's the next.
I love that. I know Lenny's a big Muskrats fan. Here's what I'm going to ask, Mitchy. Can you please? I am asking from the bottom of my heart. Can you please? You'll be the play-by-play. Can Lenny be the color commentator for that game? Can you please have him on? And I promise you, your viewing audience will at least quintuple.
You know what? We got to plan that for the future. Right now.
Is that in the play? Is that in the cards, though? At some point.
You just put it in the cards. So I would love that idea. The only thing is, Lenny and I got to be together in person to make that happen with my current stream setup. It's tough because I got to share a bunch of different screens through Twitch. They make it complicated a little bit on you. I love Twitch.
Yeah.
Complicated. I got to share my screen, have the broadcast go inside. Need Lenny right there. It's
sounds
tough
like
to do it with a stream and time it up.
Yeah, it sounds like a bunch of excuses, but we're going to move past it.
Right.
Shameless plugs the week. Is Lenny just unmuted, making noise over there? Okay. Shameless plug of the week for Antony Paisan. Cash App at or $ Antony Paisan. There's no H. It's just Antony Paisan. You want the greatest Christmas gift of yours or a significant other's or a family member's lifetime? Well, guess what? Full body nude shots. I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. Full tracksuit, full Goomba suit. We got Purex 24 karat gold over here. We're looking sharp. I got a little bit of a beard gut. I'm going to hand sign these bad boys for you. All right. 20, 25 bucks. You decide 20 or 25 bucks. You want a hand sign glossy 8x10, 8.5x11, 3x2, wallets 5x7s. You pick, you get, or something. Custom shout outs and Zoom Hangouts, $20 to $25. Cash App at Antony Paisan or email Degenerates +3. Got to spell it all out. Degenerates +3 THREE @gmail.com. Shoot us an email. Lenny, do you have any? Actually, I don't care. Let's just end the Zoom. Let's wrap this up. It's been a great episode. Any closing comments, boys?
Shout out Donna, my mother. texting me an hour after the end of the UC game saying, I think UC won. Smiley face.
Shout out. What's Donna sound like again, Mitchy?
Man, they're right over there. Thank God UC won.
Here we go. That's what Donna sounds like. Lenny, wrap this puppy up. Turn that bad boy off.